Welcome back to Cultureminds with another episode of In Conversation With. Today we have a very special guest here to share her story about her mental health. Please welcome Alexis.
Hey,
thank you for coming. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Really happy to be here. Today is a good day, so we count our blessings for today.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and thank you for wanting to share your story.
Thank you for having me.
What has made you want to talk about your story today?
I just feel like there's a negative stigma attached to mental health, whether it be anxiety, depression, stress, or even higher on the spectrum. But for me, it's more about just bringing awareness mostly to young girls, even older girls that maybe follow me. I just want them to realise if they have issues, I also have issues. They have struggles, I also have struggles. Just because of my career or the industry that I'm in doesn't mean that I don't also have my own demons.
And that's amazing because you do have a big following. You are a role model to older girls and younger girls. So thank you. You're going to be inspiring millions of people. And
Hope so.
Like you said, normalising these conversations. So why do you think mental health is so stigmatized?
I don't think it's spoken upon enough, especially within certain industries, especially the industry that I'm in. It's not really heard of. It's not really spoken of. Although majority of us are probably battling in closed doors.
Okay, so you're in the media and entertainment industry. Now, would you say that this industry has an impact on your mental well-being?
There's pressure to be the best, do the best, look the best. And I feel like I'm insecure in certain areas of my life and with myself. And I feel like sometimes if you don't get a job, or you go for a casting audition, you don't get it, you're battling with yourself. You know that you're good, you believe in yourself, but you always have that in the back of your mind of, but why didn't I get picked for that? Why not me? And I feel like it can, if you're not strong, or you don't know how to deal with your own mind and thought process, it can really affect you in a negative way.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that, because on social media we see the good and the glamorous side of things, but then like you said, when you don't get a job, you're battling with your thoughts and you're kind of ruminating, why didn't I get that job? What's wrong with me? So when you are in those situations, how do you manage that?
Just tell myself, you didn't get it this time, but you may get it next time. And you're always going to get no's in this industry. It's the way it goes. Like every day there's new people trying to come up. And you're constantly in competition. So I feel like for me, I just tell myself, you are who you are, you're in your own lane, and I don't compare myself to other people, because that is a big mistake.
Yeah, that's one thing. A lot of people compare to others and see this person's doing well, why not me?
Yeah.
So it's amazing that you said you don't compare, and that's really, really good. So in relation to your in the media and entertainment industry, is there support for individuals with their mental well-being? So when you go for these jobs, do you get support mentally?
No. There's no mental support. I've even been on set at times and I've just seen certain things of maybe how directors would approach another female model, or maybe speak down to her. But I don't really feel like it's intentional. I just feel like maybe the industry that I'm in, as a model, you're not really valued enough. Especially, I don't do high fashion. I'm quite commercial, underground, urban. And I feel like you're a product. Your feelings or your emotions don't come into it.
Wow.
At all.
So you said that you feel that you're not valued. Why do you feel that way? Or not you in particular, but why do you think that within this industry people may feel this way?
I don't feel like models get enough credit. I feel like there's a stigma to it. Being half naked, doing crazy things with artists, on set, off set. And I just feel like not everyone, you get good and bad in every business, but I don't feel like everyone is a part of that category. And I do feel like maybe because of the experiences artists or directors have had with models that carry themselves that way, they then judge others on that.
So So kind of like you said, they're just judging others, and when the next model comes in, we're going to judge her like the next model, and kind of just, you know, judging and that having that domino effect on every single model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you think maybe could be changed about the industry that you work in and supporting you with your mental well-being?
I feel like we just need more support, whether it's you coming from an agency. Maybe agencies need to look in more deeply with their models and their mental health, rather than just sending them to these jobs that their agents are not even turning up to see what the environment is.
So when you get booked for a job, do you just go to that set without an agent?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, so you're kind of alone.
Yeah.
You don't know what to expect, and
you just have to trust in your agent that the person and the people that they've sent you to are trustworthy.
Oh wow. Okay, so let's get a bit deeper and kind of hear your story, which is why you're here.
Yeah.
To share your story. So what difficulties have you experienced in relation to your mental health?
I suffer from anxiety and depression a lot. Probably for about 4 to 5 years now. And yeah, I just feel like I'm constantly asking myself the question of where did it stigma from? Mm-hmm. And I just feel like it has a lot to do with detaching myself from my emotions during my adolescence. And probably, life experiences that I went through as a teenager.
Mm-hmm. So what happened within your adolescence that kind of made you detach yourself from your emotions?
There was a variety of things, like growing up without a father figure. That was difficult. Being harshly bullied in school, like primary school and secondary, but primary wasn't so bad. Mm-hmm. It was more, like little digs or little jokes. But secondary was very intense for me. I was also in an abusive relationship when I was 16. So I feel like all of these little things, along with other things that I've probably forgotten about or detached myself from, it's probably led to this point.
Mm-hmm. And so you are very strong, you are in the media entertainment industry, so you are very strong.
Yeah.
And, thank you for opening up and sharing
of course.
kind of, what you've experienced. So when you were adolescent, how did you manage when you were getting bullied or when you were in an abusive relationship?
It all the wrong ways.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the person that I was and the clean-hearted person I was, and I done a whole 360 and I became one of them people that was bullying me. I didn't bully other people, but I did become quite aggressive, quite angry. I didn't care about anything. School wasn't a priority. Yeah, I just went completely down the wrong road, but I felt like that was my I felt like I was in survival mode. In order to stop being bullied the way I was, I flipped it and I became one of them to basically be accepted and make my journey in school easier. But it never actually got easier. It made it worse.
Okay, so kind of you saying you went 360, was you bullying yourself then as opposed to bullying others?
Yeah, and I wasn't staying true to who I was. I was doing things that I never would have probably thought to do before. I wouldn't say I was in a gang, but I guess to the outside world, they see a young group of collective people constantly hanging out every day, and it's that's what you're classed as. But to us, I feel like it was our friendship circle. Majority of us single parents. My mum worked very hard. So she was always at work. She had 3 jobs. So she was never really in the household. So I was the oldest sibling. So it was I just ran riot, if that kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's a lot of my own life choices.
Mm-hmm. And so you said you're an older sibling. How many siblings do you have?
So I have 3 altogether, but separate.
Okay.
So I don't have no full sibling, but my mum has me and my sister. But we have different dads. Mm-hmm. And then on my dad's side, he's got my brother and my sister from another woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was it like not having a dad growing up?
Very difficult. I think people always think if you're a man that not having your dad around affects you more than being a female. But I say maybe it's equally the same. For me, my mum never had other relationships growing up, so I was very attracted to men probably a lot earlier than I should have been. Obviously, I wasn't out here doing crazy things or having sex before like my means, but I was aware of the opposite sex, I think, way before I should have been aware. And I feel like that is because when you're not used to having a male around you, and then you go into the real world and obviously there is men everywhere, you're just a bit more intrigued because you don't know. So I felt like that for me was where my experience with men started, but they were very toxic because I never knew no different.
Okay, so kind of due to not having a father figure and a father in the household, you kind of was more kind of inquisitive about men and kind of, you know, what's it like to maybe have a boyfriend or have a man around you, and you touched upon being in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
So then at what point in your life did you realise that maybe enough is enough now, I need to make a change or try to make a change for my mental well-being?
Honestly, I feel like I've just always rode life. Like I'm just a get up and go with the flow kind of person. But I feel like up until a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, is when I actually really realised I have to get in touch with my emotions again, and I have to sort out these issues that I have.
Mm-hmm. And so how are you doing that now? So how are you getting in touch with your emotions now?
Gym
Okay.
is number one on the list. It's a great release for me. My PT is amazing. Like, he pushes me to my maximum. Like, when I first started gym, I couldn't even lift 5 kg. But yeah, he's very motivational in his speaking as well while we're training. So he breaks you down, but it builds you up.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like therapy and exercise.
All in one,
Yeah,
exactly.
I can tell how you brighten up and how you smile when you talk about gym and kind of going to the gym and having a PT and him helping you with motivational speaking and then also exercising. So that's amazing, and that's different as well, because when we think about exercise, we think about just the physical side of things and not the mental side of things, because they go hand in hand.
Exactly.
Physical and mental health. So then what would you say to someone who has maybe experienced something similar to yourself, who maybe feels scared to kind of speak out and share their story or get help?
I'd say just be honest, and always confide in someone that you trust, because if you don't, there's always what's the word I'm looking for? There's always room for disappointment. And you don't want that with the mind frame that you're already in. So confide in someone that you trust, someone that you're comfortable with. If that's not in your family or your friendship circle, venture out, see a therapist, contact your GP. The beginning of you talking about your problems, you'll find it's so easy to continue. It's so easy to sit in your room and be in your feelings and think, oh no, I don't want to hinder anybody with my problems, but you're not. And that's what we're all here for. Like, family and friends, they're there to support one another. Therapists, that's their job. They're trained in that. They're there to support you. So use all the help you can get. Like, you're not alone.
Yeah, I love that. You're not alone.
You're not alone.
That's a hashtag moment.
Yeah.
Hashtag you're not alone.
Hashtag you're not alone.
Yeah, so that's amazing. And I'm happy that you have found gym as an outlet to kind of, you know, express yourself and find your happy place. Are there any other ways that you take care of your mental well-being?
Singing. And I don't mean like professionally. I mean like I'll just be sitting in my room, turn on like some beats or a song that I know helps me release the emotions that I'm feeling at that time, and just even stand in the mirror, think you're a superstar, like whatever makes you feel better in that moment, do. So for me, I do like having my own time in my room singing.
And that's nice you said singing, because music is therapy also. Yeah. So I'm not going to ask you to sing, but you know, continue with what you're doing, you know, the singing, the going to the gym. Yeah. It's amazing. And, you know, keep working with trying to identify your emotions and why you feel the way you feel,
Yeah.
because eventually you will come to a stage where you understand who you are and why you feel this way.
Yeah.
So continue with that journey.
Thank you.
Continue doing the great things that you're doing, because you are doing great things.
Thanks.
You are a big influencer, you have a big platform, so you're going to be inspiring millions of people.
See, sometimes I don't think I do enough.
Okay, so what makes you think that?
I'm just, this conversation was having earlier, you're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I'm a perfectionist, and I just feel like if I have more than 3 days off of work,
you need to kind of...
I'm in depressed mode, because I'm like, I know I'm better than this, but I also understand that we need to give our bodies time to relax and revamp and re-energize. So yeah, I'm battling with that with myself at the moment as well.
Okay.
Quality time and business time.
Okay. So it's funny that you say that, how you love your job and you're happy with what you do, but then on the flip side, when you're not working, you get depressed and you feel like, oh my God, I should be doing stuff.
Yeah.
So how do you manage that when you're in that state of mind where you haven't got any work, maybe for the week or a couple of days? What do you do to kind of manage that?
I feel like gym, or just get out the house, go for a walk. I love cooking as well. So when I'm usually busy on a shoot, I don't have time to cook because the length of shoots are quite long. So by the time I get in, I can't be bothered. But on a day off, I'll just go to the grocery store, buy some fresh like fruit, veg, or whatever you want to cook. Cooking is another therapy for me.
Oh, wow.
I do like it a lot.
Good. So you've got many therapeutic activities that you can do to help you with your mental well-being. Okay.
And I talk to people as well.
That's good.
I have a good few.
Circle of friends.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so before you came on, I got you to write a positive affirmation, and you wrote, dream, believe, achieve. So what made you write that?
It's a quote that I've always gone off myself. It motivates me. If you can dream it and you believe it and you believe in yourself, you can do it. So dream, believe, and achieve.
Thank you. That's a lovely way to end. Yes. Before we go, where can we find you on social media?
So you can go to my Instagram page, which is Alexis Economou X. DM me, at me, message me, let's talk.
Let's normalise conversations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's literally just get down to the bottom of our topic.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.